Hi YouTube, it's your girl Gucci Galore with 2 season 3 E's, baby. Me. That was the tea. Period. This is me from the future, actually. I'm probably gonna explain this again in the outro. But yeah, I didn't get to record an intro for this video because I accidentally started Act 2 on my PlayStation. Cause
Bonnie is saying some strange things again. It's really worrying.
Hey, she had to interrupt me for that. Anyway, yeah, I accidentally started Act 2 on my PlayStation because I was, trying to collect all the recipes for Fontaine before I, did anything. So, like the first, I don't know, maybe like 10, 15 minutes is gonna be from my PlayStation, and then you'll see a very clear, like quality shift. But yeah, I'll probably put like a timestamp, but it doesn't matter. Just watch through it. Come on, you're strong, you're smart, and you're beautiful. You got this, babe. But yeah, before I get into it, you know the drill. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, turn on the post notification bell, and comment if you haven't played Act 2 or any of the story, or if you have played Act 2 and more of the story. Tell me what your favorite part was. Tell me what your favorite act was. Okay, let's get into it. See you there.
But stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
In that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
Ooh, everything looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
And if it's not?
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
You, sure have your own way of doing things. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Huh? Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food. Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward. But I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking! We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability, it's just that a different perspective is required in some matters. It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough, which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exist. Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist, to seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
It's all right. Well, This was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right? Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon. I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Well, would you consider some more, unique ways? Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play, don't you think?
Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
All right, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions. I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Ah, valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep. All right, no more joking around. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense. Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Was this your drink? Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fonta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
Is that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fonta here then. If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia. Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore. Nah, that would be so... normal. You know, like you.
Okay. As for expenses this month, we're left with...
Hey, Navia! What are you doing over there?
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Navia!
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your requests the highest priority. In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
See ya!
And we're about to head to the Fontaine Plaza.
Yep.
The Fountain Plaza. Let's go. Damn, all them pigeons.
There aren't many people around anymore.
And I'm back
Looks
on keyboard
like
and
that
mouse.
boat we took to Aranias might have been the last one.
Vache.
Vache? What's that mean? Like vaca? Like cow? Like vaca?
Looks like we're back here again.
Is the fountain crying to us? Is that what I'm supposed to understand from this?
Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again?
It's the fountain. It's crying. It's the tears like Lynette said. Yes, and it's clearer than it was during the day.
Ugh. That's kinda spooky. Are you sure we don't want to
Kinda.
come back in the morning?
Vache. Vache.
Who is Vache?
Why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water.
Girl, it's coins and pigeon shit. I can feel strong emotions. Wait, I can feel strong emotions. Things are getting a little blurry.
Huh? Hang on. Paimon can kinda hear a voice. It's calling for Vache, right?
Hello?
Hey, Traveler?
She better model walk.
Come on, wake up!
Oh, she is model walking it down. Is it supposed to teleport us to Erminsul again? What? Vache? Dot. Where's this?
Vache. Are you my dear Vache? No,
No,
wait.
girl. Let's do
You
auto.
seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache?
No, girl.
Do you know where my love is?
I'm afraid not. I'm sorry. Who are you?
Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know. My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood.
Oh,
So many
one thing about
fragments dissolved
Fontaine,
amidst the tide,
them people gonna
never be
drown, flood
recovered.
away, the memories gonna wash away.
How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten?
You were once human?
Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who has lost their form.
You lost your form?
I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim.
Light blue water? Could that have been? Could she be one of the girls who were dissolved? Oh! It turns them into oceanids?
I also remember going to many places. I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril. No matter where I went, Vache would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me, and I also loved him equally as much.
Vache, did he set you up, girl?
We can no longer go back. The pain of such parting. I never knew how heavy it could be.
So, you need me to find him?
No. Our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create any new memories. The
How
thought
come?
of me gives him no succor.
Ooh.
So So let it lie forgotten beneath the waters.
What does that mean? What a sucker.
If you meet Vache,
Like joy or something?
tell him not to look for me. Tell him
But
to
you're
move
sitting here
on.
crying for him.
That is the only thing I still remember.
You sit here every night, every day, all day, crying about him. And now you don't want to meet him? I believe it will be hard for him to forget you.
Perhaps that is so. But I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness. I saw Vache above the surface.
He did
His eyes
set
were
her
filled
up.
with such sorrow, such longing.
He put a hit out on
If
her.
only I could have comforted him, told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great warmth.
Oh no. He set her up. That means Vache was a witness to the fact that you dissolved.
Is that what you call it? Dissolving?
Oh my god.
If anything,
And they said they've been
I
dissolving
consider it a
girls for
form of
20
release.
years.
It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy,
no.
with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface.
Oh no.
I could also liken it to being a
What?
thirsty
The question
person
mark
who
next to her
drinks
name.
water for the
Let's get
first
her name,
time,
please.
and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety.
It seems that after the body is dissolved, some measure of consciousness still remains.
I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think.
So you can hear the outside world, and we can hear you from inside whatever the fuck we are, and no one's gonna help her? Is that Paimon? Oh, right. I wonder how much time has passed in reality.
Farewell, then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence.
Everyone can, girl.
Remember, if you see Vache, tell him not to seek me any longer.
Girl, I don't think Vache's looking for you, girl. I think Vache set you up. Oh? What is going on? What the? What? Wow! Hello? What the fuck is going on? What is happening? Oh, Navia's the Claymore user. Geo Claymore. Are the robots fighting back? What is going on?
Mademoiselle, look out!
I was asleep for like 5 minutes.
God, it's a whole army of Gardamex. Clorand?
Clorand, are you here to save us? Oh, she is! Come on, bestie! You better work, titties. Oh, you better. Oh, look how she's stepping! Oh, she came to work.
Quick, now's our chance!
I have that sword. Why the hell all of them missing? Y'all are robots. Oh! Kitchen girl, it's time to fight back. Oh! It's up! And she got a glass! Oh, the girls are working together. This is female rap unity. Oh, wow. Have I seen that sword that Navia has? Clorand is about that life. You better work, titties. Oh, you better work.
I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Clorand. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
I
She walked?
followed you.
Oh.
It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
I think she got a
Mr.
crush
Camus's
on
last
you.
wish was for me to
I
ensure
think
your
she got a
safety,
crush on
and
you.
I will not betray his trust.
I think she got a crush
He would
on
do
you.
the same were he alive today.
Do
Mr.
not
Caius?
speak of my father.
Carlos?
Sorry, demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech.
Oh?
I believe we all wish to
So
avoid
watch your
unnecessary
tongue, ho.
emotional harm.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
Whatever.
Is
What else do you know?
she a 4-star?
How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
Navia, I know
I doubt I
Navia's
know
a
much more than
5-star.
you,
She's
But
decked
I believe
out.
that the mastermind behind the
But
serial
she-
disappearances
Titties-
is very powerful.
Clarence
Your
look a
performance
little-
tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
She's giving like
I'm sure they've known about me.
she's
To be
giving
honest,
4-star.
I'm shocked it's taken them
She
this long
looks
to
so-
act
she
against
looks-
me.
She looks basic.
And what about
But
these
maybe she's
gardeners?
not.
I
'Cause
thought only those associated with a
don't
maison
know.
gardiennage could control them.
The Nicki
None of these mecha have
Minaj.
serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to
Somebody
enforce the
trying to
law.
set us
I can
up.
only conclude that some
Everybody trying to set us
powerful or
up.
wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means,
Her voice
deploying
is
them as
so
a private force of
comforting.
sorts.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes, be careful and do not act rashly.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish.
Oh,
Regardless,
clock that. See,
thank
I
you for
guess.
your help today, Clarence.
Clarence,
But
girl.
if you get any
You-
ideas, tell me
I can't
first.
wait to pull for her.
I don't much appreciate
I
being
feel like
followed.
I feel like she's a 4-star.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime
Like,
soon.
look, she gives me 4-star in the
So
face.
I shall stop following you.
But
Good
she's
day,
like
all.
so important. Like she everywhere. She was here when we met her, first met her. She here now.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clorand was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
Thaw relations.
You know,
so look
I
at
just-
history clearly. We knew
she's-
that though. I'm just waking up. What just happened? Who was that?
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for!
Girl, what the fuck
Those
happened,
guards came
y'all?
out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Nadia and her gang saved us!
Were they stalking us too? Okay.
Oh, and
The
there was
auto
that
did
champion
not
duelist
like
named
me.
Clorand who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Oh, so you're a fighter now, Paimon? Thanks for the rescue, Navia.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway.
Girl,
In
we
truth,
knew.
I hope
Girl,
that
the
every
traveler.
meal we have together
I don't know what
shall
her
be a
problem is.
victory
She wanted
feast.
to. She wanted to
As
leave
such,
so bad.
We're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
How did you know
It
where we
will
were,
take
though? You was
50
stalking
years
us.
for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
50
If
years.
it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
Because she's a
Alright,
good
you two.
person.
That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Huh?
Huh? Really?
Paimon.
Paimon can
Paimon,
take
you
it
have
from
50 powers we don't know about Paimon?
Paimon's
What's
even
going on,
more amazing than
Paimon?
you
Let us know, Paimon.
Yes. All thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
Oh, here she goes.
How did that happen?
Paimon, big,
After
greedy,
we parted ways,
big
I was
back,
on the way back to one of
deep
our bases
dish
when I suddenly
body.
thought of what you said.
Lord.
That the Fonta tasted kind of salty and icky.
What do you mean by that? Oh. Girl, what the hell did I read? Wait, do you mean that... I thought it tasted strange as well, but I couldn't be sure.
Fonta only comes in sweet flavors. So how could it have tasted salty?
We sat there
The
and
color
drank
of the drink,
poison.
if I recall, had
That's
also
that
been a bit
lean, that's
off.
that drink.
So the
We
Fonta
was
had
sipping on
been
that
spiked with water
drink.
from the primordial sea?
They trying to dissolve us?
Yes. So if you hadn't drunk that cup for me,
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards
You know
for you
what?
as
Maybe
we speak
Paimon
for
big
saving
back.
the boss.
You know, she's in her tools.
Really?
Come on, big bag. Come on, big bag. Yes, you better work.
I sent
I didn't
people
read
to
that.
Hotel de Boer to
Sorry.
investigate. But whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger and hurried here as quickly as I could.
But why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Linny in court and help clear his name.
Cause the
Ugh, now we're up
They're
with
trying to
this
get
mess
at.
too,
They're trying to
aren't
get
we?
at us.
Well,
We got
you did follow a
ops.
plan
We
that they
got
were
ops in the
probably pretty proud of,
streets, y'all.
and almost got their name in the process.
Oh, nom
Speaking of
nom
which,
nom
Did
nom.
anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
Well, it can't be coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. She said that she heard that voice calling for Vache again. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too. But it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater then?
Okay, this is off topic, but since Paimon isn't from a region, but she taught us how to speak Tavadian or whatever, speak the language of this world. Where the hell is Paimon from? Why the hell we don't know nothing about Paimon? Did Paimon never exist? Is Paimon part of our imagination? Like, what the hell is going on? Anyway, according to Lynette, the ability to hear voices like that has to do with one's sensitivity to the hydro element.
Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
I also gained some new intel.
New intel? While you were out cold?
Well, let's hear it, shall we?
The voice in the fountain belonged to one of the missing women. A person named Vache was a witness when she dissolved.
Oh, that is important.
You tell everyone about what happened while you were galactic to the alternate
Vache.
consciousness.
That
I'm
name
assuming that's
doesn't
what
ring a
that
bell.
said.
I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately. Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene. But he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been threatened?
If he's still alive, we should try searching for him.
Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate.
All right, partner. By we, you mean us too, right?
Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
We're
You
besties.
did say
Come
that our farewell meal
on.
didn't really count.
Like, can we stop
That means we're
pretending
still
to like
partners,
not
right?
like Navia,
And
please?
besides,
Like,
we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily,
Right,
are you,
fuck
Traveler?
messing with us will cost them. This will This will prove to be their biggest mistake.
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
You talk too much. Well, in that case,
Right, don't
let's head
expose
back to one
her.
of our bases, shall we?
Let her
I'll
be
arrange
happy that we're
accommodations for you.
here.
We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners.
Okay.
We'll take that one step at a time, I guess.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
Well, that's on our base. That's definitely secure. Oh, what was the name of that? What was it? 20,000. Oh yeah, I did that underwater. Lynette on for ooh. Let me collect it though. I don't know nothing about that. Is there any more? Oh yeah. Oh, period. Where to? It's nighttime now. Everybody want to be out. Even though I passed out and got jumped in my sleep, they didn't even give me a fair fight. They didn't even let me get a one-on-one. Ooh, these stairs are so steep, child.
It's right up ahead, but let's make sure we weren't followed first.
I've been keeping watch,
that's why I
Demoiselle.
couldn't
I
get
haven't
those
spotted
waypoints. I'm
anyone
like, girl,
suspicious
I'm under
thus
the
far.
water. I'm looking around.
Very good. But let's not let our
It's a
guard down
secret
for now.
passageway, kind
I
of
shall
secret,
find
not
rooms for our
secret because
respected
it's literally
guests.
out in the open.
Thank you, Malus. Now, let's continue, Traveler.
Let's go. I want to see what's the given. Look how not secret this is. This is the middle of the city. What? We gotta jump down there. There's no elevator to bring us down. Like, there's a ladder. Girl, you know Genshin don't use no damn ladder. Oh! Whoa. I killed that lizard or whatever that was. Where? We in the sewers? Oh. Okay. Hey, swamp children. Hey, swamp folk. I want that. Give me here. That's the cat. Hey, kitty. What the? Y'all are cheering. Anyway. What? I know it smells crazy down here. What? Talk to Melus. Oh, that's the old one. It's the underground. It's giving arcane. Oh, what the what? Okay.
Gotta keep up with the change.
Potier. Pootie. Oh, no, I wanted to pick that up. Because I know it's going to be an achievement to collect them books.
So, this is your base? It's not quite what Paimon imagined.
Girl, it's a
Your
swamp.
accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
Oh. Thank you.
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately.
We are literally
After
in
all,
the sewers.
we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering.
Oh,
In fact,
what's
our
this
funds
called?
often come from citizenry who support us.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago. I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
Your father, he was the previous boss of Spina di Rosula, right?
Correct,
How
Paimon,
did
correct.
he...
Oh.
Mademoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No. I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And
Let us
as
know,
partners,
girl. Come on, we're
this is something
partners.
I
You're
hope they
right.
can understand.
We're partners, girl.
My father's name is
Spill.
Callus. Yes.
Hey, Callus.
The same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in
The
the streets.
music is crazy. In
3
the
years ago,
streets.
he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial.
Oh,
He died in the duelist's ring.
damn. Sorry, that's fucked
But
up.
I do not believe
I
my
didn't mean to
father was
laugh
a
at you,
murderer.
girl.
I'm sure he was set up. At the time, I believed
In
that
the
if he only stood
streets?
trial and was duly
She
investigated,
real hood
something
with it.
amiss would crop up and prove his innocence. But strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena. 3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that.
Girl.
How could he protect his honor if he's dead?
Oh,
If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself.
you say he's a flop. It does seem quite odd. Do you have any clues as to why?
The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
So that's why
It's
you're so
Callus
determined to
Bache.
get to the bottom of that case.
Is he Vache?
That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in.
Nom
I
nom.
haven't found a single
Nom.
new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records.
Nom.
However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances,
Nom nom
they
nom.
must know something. I must know what really happened.
I want to
Was
know
my
now
father
too.
coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth.
We got. Let's. I'm
Only he'd been more
intrigued.
open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me.
Damn.
Here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
God damn. That's sad. I'm sorry, girl. That's girl, that's sad. Seeking the truth for the sake of your family? For the sake of your family? You know, we're quite alike in this regard.
Demoiselle, please, if there is anything I can do, anything at all.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you, Demoiselle. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus the Unfaithful. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our strained finances at present.
Wait, if Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious when he was accused?
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really. Everyone's like that. People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
Never mind.
Messy.
If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
There is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel was Ms. Cloran.
Oh! Oh,
Well,
that's
then,
why she hates
Isn't that as good
her.
as saying that she was the one who killed him?
He killed himself. He wanted that smoke. Oh, and you know Clorin don't play. Oh, that's why they're beefing. Bitch, you killed my dad. Like, you... And she was talking about it's what your dad would have wanted. Bitch, you killed him. Oh, no. No wonder the mood was a little strange between the two of you.
Yeah.
That's
Not
fucked
the
up.
sort of thing that you can just let go and move on from.
Ms. Cloran has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him. Seeing how he was resolute in the arena,
She was fucking him up.
there was only ever one choice she could have made.
She was
It's
fucking
not that I don't
him
understand her
up.
at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
Don't worry, Navia.
Oh,
Paimon knows how you
that's
feel.
fucked up.
You don't have to force yourself to do that.
Yeah, girl.
Afterward,
It's-
Ms. Cloran told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Then that indicates that he intended to die in that duel.
Yes, that is our understanding as well.
Like I said, he wanted to kill himself.
What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of me? All right, anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end.
No, it's not complaining, girl. Her movement is crazy. No, it's alright. She's distracting me. No, it's alright. I understand how important this is to you.
Thanks. You two should go and rest. This was quite a day after all.
Yeah. Paimon's beat.
Please,
Girl,
relax and get some sleep.
I was
We
knocked
will
out.
ensure
Talk
you
to
rest
Oceanits,
soundly.
girl. I'm rested. Hey, Silver.
Whether it be responsibility for Spina di Rosula or Master Callus's death, it all landed on Demoiselle's shoulders so suddenly. This won't do. I must become stronger.
Yeah. You gotta do your job better. Let's go take a nappy nap. A peaceful night passes under the Spina di Rosula's protection. I said it right! I said it right!
Paimon slept so well. This place feels almost too safe.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, baby, that's the
Where did the other two go?
I sent them back to Poisson.
You know?
It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin,
Let's
and where we have our
do-do-do-do-do.
headquarters. There's not much for them to do here at the moment.
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them off your back. But never mind that. When did you get back? Were you waiting here the whole time?
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday regarding the name Vache.
Wait, so you didn't sleep at all?
How could I after having such critical
Who
new
needs
evidence
sleep
appear?
when you a bad bitch?
Guess Paimon wasn't speaking for everyone just now, huh?
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have a match anywhere. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle. But that does prove that this Vache person is a key witness in the incident.
Yum yum.
That mean we're too late, though?
No, it's time to clock that tea.
No, there is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten, no matter how much they wanted to. And that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette. A place where detailed files on all the cases in recent years are kept. If the Ocean that you met is one of the young women who went missing recently,
it's not
we
Oceanid.
should be able to find some related
I mean, it
information
wouldn't make
there.
sense grammatically.
So
Ocean.
Neuvillette maintains an
Id.
archive of case
I mean, it
files?
does, kinda.
Whew. Guess that's the hard-working Chief Justice for you.
Oceanid.
In that case, let's go
Oceanid.
talk to him, shall we? Aren't you coming along, Navia? Did you get tired?
No, it's nothing. Let's go see the Honorable Chief Justice.
Let's go. Nerve alert. Nerve alert. Let's go talk to Nerve alert. This big ass fucking available.
The Palais is right up ahead. Come on.
Let's go see Nerve alert. Nerve alert. This where he be at? She's so kind. I love it. Oh.
Halt! Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters.
You sound like a granny, but you're a
This
melusine.
place does look
So you're like
pretty
really
heavily
tiny,
guarded.
so it's like throwing me.
Guess that proves that Neuvillette's files are really secure.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
No. I don't know you, girl. I just work here.
Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who
She
you might
humbled
be
her
related
quickly.
to. Our rules make no exceptions.
See? They've got great discipline, too.
Why is she saying it like they're like newly freed
If
slaves?
you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit.
Right.
Unlike some, we're busy, so please leave if you don't have a reason to be here.
No. What I
Don't let
meant
that
to
hoe
say
punk
is,
you.
Shouldn't you
I mean,
remember us from
shout
a
out
few
to
days
Navia,
ago?
though. She's
We
clean.
were at the trial of the great magician Linny.
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Linny's attorneys. It's all coming back to me now.
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
Huh, is that even a thing?
I don't even know how to say her name.
course.
Sedan?
Don't worry, we're here on
Sedene?
official business.
Sedine?
Trust us.
Sedine?
All right then, I'll let you through. The Chief Justice is just inside.
Girl, he gonna sit there.
Thanks so much.
He's not a human. He can't be. He gonna sit there. A bubble guppy, girl. Open the fuck up.
Please come in.
Oh, this is nice. This is nice. This is you. That's all you right here. This is nice. Hi, Nerve alert. He's so cunt too. Everybody's so cunt.
Sorry to barge in,
The sponge
Monsieur
fish,
Nervalet.
feminine.
We only like to get in because
Fish. Underline
we have no any
fish.
other way.
And I'm not
It's
talking
all
about,
right.
you know, yum
Please
like
let me know
like
how I may be
girl.
of assistance to you.
But like fish, like
so you're
fish,
not
like
mad at
Trish.
We're looking for a man called Vache. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him, we may be able to unearth some key information on the case.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the files.
Maybe he's not like evil. Maybe he's just like a really good person who gets annoyed. He's like a grandpa.
Who knew that
Or maybe he's
Nervalet
shady.
would be so easy to talk to?
Paimon, this damn the whispers at max volume. What the fuck? What the fuck is going on?
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vache has been involved in any case, criminal or civil, in the past several years.
She got catfished.
There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
Oh, that Oceanid got catfish, girl. Guess that's that. So we're back to square one.
Traveler, what if it was really just a dream?
Bitch, be
Is
for
that
real.
so? All right then.
Be for real.
Thank you so much, Monsieur.
A dream. A
We'll take our
dream.
leave now.
A dream. Girl, I don't just have dreams, girl. Every time the travelers had dreams, girl, it's been. I was in the Wanderer's head. I was in Nahida was in my head. Nahida.
Miss
Girl, what the
Nadia,
fuck did I stutter like
I can
that?
understand how you feel. Your father, Callus,
Fuck.
was a truly exceptional man.
Anyway,
We deeply regret his passing.
my fucking sentence is ruined. Fuck that. That was so embarrassing. Are you kidding me? Oh, poor Navia. I'm
What
sorry.
are you trying to say, Monsieur Neuvillette?
Oh?
Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? Or just express some tendril of regret? No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words. You only said those things because you felt like you should.
Oh? Girl, he don't know how to express emotion. He might have a little
like
tism.
last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort. You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead. In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear. If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you call a stop to the duel?
Those are
Why
real
didn't you
tears.
give me the power
They
to
got
stop
Genshin
him
girls
from throwing his
crying.
life away? Why did you just let him die? Despised
They
and
can
hated
do
by
that?
all. Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment.
She is for real
Just the
crying.
tiniest effort could have changed everything. There are still so many things I never got to tell him. So many questions he still owes me answers to. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
My girl is
You
pissed.
and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone.
Oh no. Navia girl.
It's not so much that you
The
can't
mouth
feel,
trying to catch
but
up.
that you
I'm
would
sorry.
never express
I
anything.
can't stand Genshin.
Oh well.
Learn
In
in
any
a moment.
case, everyone already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice.
Damn. God damn it!
Of the Chief Justice.
Clock that.
My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Clock that T. Let's go. We out this bitch. Don't fuck with Navia like that. That's Queen Mother. Now we all gagged.
Navia, are you okay?
Now we all gagged.
I'm fine.
Are you?
Rain. It's raining.
You're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building?
And
there shouldn't be any active
we were in
trials
there for like
today.
4 hours.
How strange.
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of murder, it was also raining.
Rain.
What is it? Did you think of some...
Oh, fucking K, bruh.
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value. Oh? Wait. You don't mean...
The fact that people can be turned into water?
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water? And then got washed away with the rain? Yeah. And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the authorities.
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. You're completely right. How did I not connect the dots earlier? All right, let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind, we'll get to the bottom of my father's case for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna make progress for sure this time.
So
Do you want to go with me now? Or do you want to head over by yourself later?
Oh no, take me with you. Let's fast travel. We should go while the idea is still fresh. You can go first. I'll join you later.
Great. Let's go then.
Fast travel. Let's go. Let's go to Poisson. Croissant. Croissant. Let's go. Oh, this is Poisson. Oh, I guess it is. Wee. Hey, Poisson. That's a big old bird. I want to kidnap it, but I don't have any ambiguity nets. Or whatever they're called. Ambiguity. Period. It's so pretty here. This is like some real like Disneyland type stuff.
Whoa, what a huge ship! Why would a ship be anchored at a
They got
place
trees
like
in it.
this?
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters.
Huh?
My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest.
I love the stars in her
It symbolizes
eyes.
Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
I think I'm starting to get why you like it.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious past.
Girl, this
Paimon
big
was
old
confused
pirate
why a
ship.
group with such a history would live in the sewers. But now that Paimon has seen this ship for
You aren't
herself,
just sewer rat.
she's been convinced.
She's literally calling you poor sewer
Poisson is
people.
where Spina di Rosula began, after all.
Poor
It's our main base, our home.
I'm sorry, I'm obsessed. Oh, I'll check that later. Let's go to the ship. Hey, everybody. Oh, it just laid an egg or something. No scared. Hey, y'all. I'm new. Ooh, I'm new here, y'all. And I'm gonna give me a walkthrough of the building.
Maloose, we're back.
Hey, Maloose.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important partners. You said before that you still had some business at the court. What brings you back to Poisson so quickly?
About that.
We had a little
It's
bit,
because my
of
partner
beef.
here reminded me of something really important. You see, what if my father's case had something to do with water from the primordial sea? You
Fuck
still
that
remember,
tea.
right, Maloose? On that night, it was raining?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's. Both were what you'd call impossible murders.
Could the mastermind be the same person?
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened before?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth began to gain popularity in Poisson. At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
Girl, that is coke.
Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also
Mushrooms.
mention that the primordial water
All
could
that.
be used to produce some kind of potion?
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea.
And people
If
was
you
just
drink
drinking
synth for an
it?
extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your emotions. And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything. It's an extremely dangerous substance. As
Girl,
he
they was
oversaw Poisson,
lacing y'all.
my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse and called for a complete ban of it.
Absolutely.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, but no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, he refused to yield. Not only that, Boss became determined to find the mastermind behind the synth operation and put an end to the problem once and for all.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers, all of whom only sold the stuff and weren't privy to the rest of the operation.
Why
Recognizing
are we
that,
buying drinks
my
off the
father
black
decided
market
to
anyway?
contact the dealers in secret and cultivate personal relationships with them. Finally, he was able to convince someone to become his informant. The man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse. That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques over some food. But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun, and Jacques, who was already dead on the ground.
Oh, damn.
How did that happen? Aren't they on the same side?
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at all. Looking back on it, though,
Girl, how long has your dad been
the most
dead?
important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene.
So that could have belonged to someone who got dissolved?
Precisely.
Duh.
It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now.
It's about
we all
time.
just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at the banquet. But, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider why the 2 shots were fired.
Girl. Maybe your father got into an argument with Jacques, but it's also possible that the third person was to blame.
You're right. We still don't know what happened. But my intuition tells me that we're on the right track to figuring it all out. I'm finally headed towards the truth.
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful for his past actions. It's unlikely that he turned on Boss with 0 warning. I think this third person is probably the key to the full truth.
Oh my fucking god. It's that money. He got robbed with some money.
This third person is probably the key to the full truth. On that note, however, even though this will not please you, demoiselle, as your and your father's butler, I must still offer a word of warning. Our opponent is insidious and cruel. They are extremely difficult to deal with, and Boss has already lost his life trying to bring them to justice. Even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory, Poisson has welcomed a new time of peace, and we have been allowed to live out our lives.
Girl, we want our lick
There's
back.
no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise and in line with Boss's wishes to step back and give up on the case.
No.
If that's indeed what
We want our
he
look
wished
back.
for, then he should have told me that himself.
Clock
Was I not
that.
the closest person to him? And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark. What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect anything in the end?
Oh,
Synth
clock that.
is still
See?
here. Callous the Unfaithful is still his epithet. And Spina di Rosula is barely getting by.
Nothing has changed. Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death and live out my life just as meaninglessly?
Oh.
I've never accepted that. Ever. Not since that day, and certainly not now. I want to find out the real answer for everyone's sake. For the missing girls, for the victims, and for myself.
Navia.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your partner appears to be quite reliable, and more importantly, Demoiselle, I think you're also ready to take this on.
Yeah, we are,
So
and we're gonna get our
know
looks back.
something else, Maloose.
Yes, I do. In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between Synth and the serial disappearances case. But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you, Demoiselle, had been selected as the next target to disappear.
What?
I gagged though. Like, the drink was poisoned.
Boss also didn't tell you that he had been diagnosed with a rare illness.
AIDS.
The doctors told him that he had no more than 5 years left to live.
It was AIDS.
And the serial disappearances case caused him great anxiety.
Damn.
5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict. But once he passed away, all the danger would pass on to you. Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating evidence for the other side, and even told some members of Spina di Rosula about the details. But as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence with the public. If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victims.
Right, so nobody would be able to get off scot-free.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take Demoiselle's life.
No, I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to me.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful were still far preferable than losing face in front of his daughter.
Aww. Aww, he loved her.
So he chose to die in silence, so that he could protect me.
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, Demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved, I'm sure he'd be extremely proud.
Oh, she does have a parasol that was in the trailer.
Couldn't he have just given it to me straight? No. He might have set up everything precisely because he never thought I'd be able to understand him. Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now?
He gave you the choice to live how you want.
Yeah. I suppose that's true. With the way he'd set things up, if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world. But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. In this case, he really didn't need to give me an easy way out. Maloose, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
It's the location where Synth is produced.
What?
Essentially, it's the enemy's headquarters.
What?
When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't
had this
share
the whole
the
time?
specifics of the incriminating evidence he found. But if you want to use it against the enemy, you'll still have to take several things into consideration.
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just go storming in?
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous organization that's been in operation for decades. There's no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. We also have no idea what kind of evidence we may be able to find inside, nor what people we may be able to capture. but a single visit to their headquarters would be tantamount to a formal declaration of war. The worst case would be that we leave empty-handed, but also open ourselves up to full retaliation.
In that case, why not work with the Fontaine authorities?
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Linney's case. We have no idea just how thoroughly they may have been infiltrated.
Right.
Huh. That's true. Seems my father really had no choice. But things are different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other side's guilt, now that we've connected Synth with the disappearances case.
You sound like you put a lot of thought into this, Maloose.
I am the butler, after all. I live but to serve the boss and Demoiselle's will. I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake. But considering my relative lack of ability, I've spent my time keeping secrets, performing basic investigations, and waiting for the right time to come.
Thank you for all of that, Maloose. Have you discovered anything new in the past few years?
Let me think. One conclusion I came to is that the enemy must be quite familiar with Spina di Rosula, or at least have an informant planted here. When I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep a few people in the dark and observe the reactions of the synth vendors. If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. If the vendors packed up and fled, however, then someone must have given them the news. After several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, I've narrowed the suspect list down to 3 people. The first is Florent, Spina di Rosula's senior advisor.
We all got ops?
Florent?
Snakes in the camp?
Surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most, which
We got
also
snakes
means
in the
that he was someone
camp.
who understood Boss really well. Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always knew our upcoming plans and could thus avoid capture this whole time. There's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Uncle Marcel.
What is confrérie?
It's a guild in Poisson. Boss helped it to grow to its current size and prominence. In the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds around with a lot of business connections in the city.
So, they're like a sister organization of Spina di Rosula?
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting against the synth dealers, they provided us with plenty of support. It's a bit difficult to imagine someone using their own money to hunt down themselves.
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina di Rosula and the guards. Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still many activities we have to report to the local authorities. Since Thierry is always in the know about our current activities, he could theoretically always plan one step ahead.
I see. These are all people who I communicate with quite regularly. To think that the enemy we've been fighting against has been right next to me all along, among those I trust the most. It's almost too hard to believe.
If you want to investigate them, please take every precaution to not alert the quarry. Judging from our experience, the enemy is extremely cautious.
Of course. And thank you, Maloose. You've provided us with a lot of great information.
You're too kind, my lady. I'm just doing my duty. And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean clearing him of blame in Jacques' death. After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. They still live in Poisson today. If it might help, you could also pay them a visit. I can make the necessary arrangements.
Aw, thank you so much, Maloose. You really are the best.
A new case awaits, my dear partner.
Let's go. Leave it to me.
I hope we can work together to uncover the truth and end this case once and for all.
Callous Kiss Records. 3 years ago on a rainy night, banquet goers heard 2 gunshots outside the house. When they reached the scene, Callous had a gun in his hands and Jacques had been shot and slain. Based on the investigations done then, there was no possibility that anyone else could have done the deed and escaped, and Callous was thus adjudged to have been the culprit. Okay. Oh, hello, Garfield cat. Let's go confront some people. This is Jacques' family.
It is settled then. Please excuse me and enjoy your conversation at your leisure.
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Malus.
Excuse me, miss. Do you need anything from us?
Adele. If you're gonna let me down, don't kill my daddy. Oh, he's dead. I blame your daddy.
Like her at all.
Let's not bother her for now.
I'm sorry.
The smile
that I
on
only
my
came
face.
to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of mora and support. I understood your guilt and apology to be genuine.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques?
Right. She wanted him dead. She got him set
I can
up.
understand the kind of
Sorry.
pain that comes with losing a father so needlessly.
You don't understand at all.
Oh?
I didn't know how to face you, because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you.
You killed that. Your
And to
daddy
all
killed
of
that little
us.
girl daddy. She mad as hell.
I'm sorry.
Adele pissed.
I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter
Adele was like,
regarding my
yes,
husband,
she do.
my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
What?
Do you mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques.
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again. He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything. So when Mr. Callous came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately. He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
They found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us.
Wait, does that mean someone ordered Jacques to take out Callous?
I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to.
Look at her sad, downturned eye.
Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callous had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away. Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what he had done.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing? Papa always wanted to be a good man, so why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
Well, things aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your papa was a good man, right?
Yeah, Papa was a really good man.
Never mind. I took that
Best
differently.
in the whole world.
Then you should hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons. Regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword. He must have done so to give you a better life.
Oh.
Thank you for everything you told me.
Oh.
I will definitely find the truth. The current state of things is not something I'm willing to just sit back and accept.
Thank you. I'm very grateful to hear this from you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really similar.
Oh,
You really think so?
I'd cry.
That's the first time anyone said that to
She
me.
about to cry. Testimony from Jacques' family. Jacques' family believes that he had struggled greatly with the order to kill Callus. Did Callus act in self-defense, or was there more to the incident? Where to next?
Are you okay, Nadia?
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next.
Oh
All
no!
should be nearby. And we should be able to find
Oh,
Thierry and
no!
Uncle Marcel in the city.
Oh
Get
no!
myself together on the way. So please don't worry.
Oh god. Oh no! Oh, okay. Come on, teleport me. Yes.
Greetings, boss.
Fuck
How
you.
may I be of assistance today?
You might be a
I'm
op.
sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House. Someone got turned into water right in front of us.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. And it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside, and we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case. Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
Right. Let us know your side of the story.
Let me think. Mr.
Weird.
Callus was feeling pretty upbeat that day.
Mm-hmm.
So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after? My first reaction was that Mr. Callus's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene.
A mad
But
dash.
when I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callus was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands.
Cursor in the middle of his face.
All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
Indeed. The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callus had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene. But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person. About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned, do you think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
It's very possible.
At least from our perspective, the gun he was holding probably belonged
Sorry.
to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callus ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys? But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of us? He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a duel. Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his eyes?
About that, Malus told me a thing or two. So, I think I can understand why he committed to the duel. I'll tell you everything once the whole truth has been revealed.
I understand. Then I'll leave Mr. Callus's honor in your hands, boss. And if I may just say one more thing. The whole Callus the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented.
Are you lying to
Many
us this
people
really
have
well?
laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callus, even after so many years have passed. But it was Mr. Callus's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina di Rosula and live the life I lead today. No matter what others might say, he'll always be the man I respect the most. And he'll always be my boss.
Don't worry. I will definitely find the truth. You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well.
At the Spina. I like that, at the Spina. Information regarding Florent. Florent, the advisor to the Spina de Rosula, claimed that he was very grateful to Callus for his kindness. He was also present at the banquet on the day of the case and can provide evidence that Callus did not carry a gun with him when he went out. Hey, Theory. Terry? Theory?
Hey, Thierry.
Thierry? Hey.
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
Oh, so you've got news of that already.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the Guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
I mean, where I work is really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy
Is this
the
banter
ambiance
or
at
is this
Poisson.
shade?
Callus did a fantastic job running the town, building Spina di Rosula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my way. It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
Ah, yes. These two are my partners. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Linny's case and my father's may be related. We're trying to reinvestigate the details of my father's old case.
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it. If you want to go through the original files from your father's case, I can help you look for them.
That'd be much
Seriously?
appreciated.
Come
Thank
on,
you.
help me out. Please,
Actually,
somebody.
I have another question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own. Why do you ask? We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
Well, you
Are
see,
we not going to
just
address the
recently,
fact that we just
we were
got
attacked
jumped?
by a horde of
Thank
unnumbered
you.
Gardamex in the
Thank
city.
you.
So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do is get rid of the mecha serial numbers and send them after me.
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very different from controlling them. If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage.
What the
If you
fuck
try to make
analogy was
unreasonable
that?
demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret.
So it has to be
So I
someone
can
that's
promise
higher than you.
Those mecha were definitely private units. They're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both.
Oh, okay,
Now that
so
you mention it, though,
it could be someone more powerful than
being
him.
in the synth business would definitely be
clearly.
profitable enough to afford this.
Makes sense.
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Oh, well, thank you for the vote of confidence, Navia. Jokes aside, I'd like to
Didn't
wish you
you
all the
name
best
3
with your
people?
investigation. I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so
Yeah,
just
Malus,
come find me if
you
you need
named
any
3
support
people.
from the guards.
Let's go find her. Information regarding Thierry. Thierry is the person responsible for the official contact between Spina de Rosula and the guards. According to him, only the sufficiently rich can privately own large numbers of Gardamex. Where to next? Let's go. Marcel, we're coming for that ass. Cause you really might be the op. What's up, Marcel? Oh, you're a girl? Oops, I thought you was a man.
Hello.
Oh,
How may I help
you
you?
aren't Marcel.
I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can just say Navia's looking for him.
Sure. I will let him know right away.
Marcel! after waiting for a while, something.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my
You
legs
can
are
tell by
giving out a
your
bit.
light eyebrows.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress. I
Marcel,
just
are
wanted
you
to
an
talk
op
to you
or not?
briefly about what happened
Let us
in the
know.
Opera House. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Yes, I've never seen anything
Who
so
giggles?
strange.
Oh, you were at the Opera House too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery? I also witnessed her marvelous sleuthing work.
Yeah,
Quite impressive.
we're just smart like that.
To beat the Hydro Archon
We're
at her
just
own
smart.
game on her own turf,
Just
I can already
pretty
imagine everyone in Fontaine
fat
discussing your
butts.
exploits over a few glasses of wine.
Cunty.
Oh,
Yum, yum,
Paimon
yum, yum.
doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
Oh.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation.
Right.
Everyone
Girl,
loves
we're
drama
already,
and
we've been in the news, girl.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating now?
Exactly. I still don't have much solid proof, but I can sense that the other side has already begun to act.
Oh, and what makes you say that?
We were attacked on Araneus by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea. If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
Oh, you're giving us too much credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
Paimon, you were being
Alas,
wide backed and drank
it
that
seems things are
primordial
heating
sea
up again.
juice.
The peace that Callus sought so dearly will soon become a thing of the past. But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven for you. If you're scared, you can always return there. If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabrières will use its funds
The
to the last
Confrérie of
Mora to bring you
Cabrières.
to justice.
I ate that.
Thank
Give
you,
me my
Uncle
thing.
Marcel.
I ate that
But I
pronunciation.
don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike while the iron's hot. Do you
Yeah.
have any new thoughts on my father's case?
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me, so it'll take me a while to recall my memory. The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink with the guests. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself. We'll ask around some more. See if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora.
The what? Need Mora.
All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support. I'll spend however much it takes to clear his name.
Look at her dad's impact. Information regarding Marcel. Marcel is the leader of the Confrérie of Cabrières and was the organizer of the banquet years prior. The Confrérie and the Spina de Rosula have always maintained a close working relationship. Though his recollection of the events of the case is quite foggy, he is willing to defend Navia. We building up allies. Yes, ally. We just don't climb, because we need to be classy when we can get teleported.
We've talked to all three suspects, purely based on their conversations with me.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
Yeah, none of them really stood out as a suspect.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many years. Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
I think it was homeboy with the black hair.
But where
Just
should
because
we
black
start?
hair. Jacques' motive.
Ah, you're right! Florent mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with the gun because of circumstance. That makes sense.
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them that he had been discovered,
and that he had no choice before he left home that day. If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father. Had he refused, he and his family's lives would have been forfeit.
Damn. So, Jacques fired the first shot?
If I was Jacques, I wouldn't have fired a shot at all.
Oh? And why is that?
Could he guarantee his safety after killing Callus? Could he guarantee his family's safety after killing Callus?
Ooh, that's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his boss.
Huh. So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the order and seek protection from my father.
It seems the third person was the one who derailed everything.
Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory.
Oh, game theory.
Besides, Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as well. It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater
They're trying to get us killed, and they got money.
Do you think
it really might be the old guy, because he's like, if you ever need some more
everything that's happened since.
Oh, nom.
Who among the three suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex?
What was the... Oh, what's the... Marcel! He got the money! He got money like that!
Uncle Marcel?
He's like, oh, I don't really remember anything. I'm getting old.
And they worked together on a large number of projects. Maybe that's how he got to know Jacques. And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamex.
Damn, yum.
Still really hard for me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child. Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of mora and energy to fight his own synth business?
God damn. Maybe it was someone else. Florent was... I was buying what Florent was selling. But, Thierry, just because you don't have the power, doesn't mean that you don't got a homegirl that got the power. Like the song. Thierry.
Thierry, you say? Huh. It is possible that he's figured out a way to convert the Gardamex for personal use.
No, not for personal use.
I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about
I didn't feel like he was lying either, but you know.
I also don't think he'd be able to keep that kind of tampering under
he
wraps.
He could have a hunger.
Yeah. Had he actually tampered with the mecha, we'd be able to prove it with a simple check of the guard's inventory. If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that happened.
God damn it, so it was the first guy. Maybe it was someone else. The last option, Florent.
Florent?
What? Florent.
It is true that he was closest to my father, and thus had the best chance of learning about his dealings with Jacques. But as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security. So
is she gonna shut down everything I
when it
say?
comes to finances.
So you're saying he's too broke to afford a mecha army?
Oh? But why is she gagging him like that?
Exactly. He can't.
No, exactly.
And
he
even
can't.
if he could,
with what money?
I don't think he would be able to dispatch a whole group so quickly.
Okay,
Who could
so
it be?
who the fuck? I think... Is it not the man with the money? It's not the man with the money? I think it's the man with the money, because he thinks that he don't remember.
If you think everything through, Uncle Marcel is indeed the most suspicious of them
But maybe
all.
he's a red herring.
Missing other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these three, did he?
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness
Malus, are you
has been
an
fair
odd?
and well considered.
You are all
When he laid out his
man.
case for the three, the rationale he gave me made a lot of sense as well.
Malus, are you
The
trying to
suspect
throw
is
us off?
knowledgeable
Yo,
about the Spina's
see?
internal affairs, has the means to
Malus.
dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight. Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
Who? I didn't say Marcel. He's someone who's very close to you after all.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
The synth production base.
Yes, Malus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely risky. But we don't have any other options right now. We need far more solid proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Navia, here you are.
Thierry!
I've been looking for you.
What's the tea, Thierry?
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guards?
No,
Did something happen?
Paimon, girl. Be for real.
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so newsworthy about this one?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
Child? Wait, child?
What? Is that someone you know?
That's
Yeah, we know him.
That's
Maybe
my
even a little
mood. That's
too
my
well.
homegirl.
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
Hello?
It's absurd, don't you think?
Wait, how? None of our investigations have had anything to do with him.
Right.
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away. If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
Right. Because they'll think they've already found the culprit.
What?
And it'll be a lot harder for
Child,
him to clear
girl.
Mr.
How are
Callus's
you
name.
always ending up in stuff like this? Are you going to try to
understand.
destroy us with a giant monster again?
Well, partner, what do you think we should do? We still haven't found any conclusive evidence.
Let's split up.
Huh? Split up? What do you mean?
You can go to the Irenaeus while I'll go investigate that place. I'm confident in my combat abilities.
Just as expected
I
of
will,
my
bitches.
partner.
I be bitches up.
Since this is
Trust
a trial
me.
about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Irenaeus, leaving his home base wide open. You're right. This is our best opportunity. All right then, let's do this. I'll
Let's
install
go.
them at the Opera House and charge Marcel as the true culprit. I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you to make it back in time and hand the decisive evidence to me.
Leave it to me.
We'll help you, just like you helped
We got
us in
this.
Lenny's trial.
Yeah.
Mademoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
Hey, Melis
I'm
and
ready.
Silver.
Ah, Malus, Silver. When did you two get here?
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that you might require our assistance. It's our hope that your confidence will be bolstered with the two of us by your side.
Thank you so much. Then, let's make haste for Irenaeus. Paimon, Traveler, see you at the Opera House.
We'll see you there, girly. Oh! I still see you there. Suspect analysis. Combining the information regarding the Gardamex and the investigation results so far, it can be concluded that there is only one person who can have a large number of Gardamex in his possession and run the synth business without leaving traces. This person is none other than Marcel. Who's Marcel? I don't remember Marcel. Did we talk to
Now
Marcel?
that Navia has set out for Irenaeus, we should also get going. The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over.
Zip on up!
Huh. According to Malus's info, the synth production base is underwater. Let's go and try to find the entrance.
Bet. Whee! Not my mouse. Where y'all at? Oh, I have to destroy this? Oh. Oh.
Finally!
How the hell are we talking?
So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base. It sure doesn't seem out of the ordinary at all.
Well, they don't want it to stand out. Yes, but I'm sure what we find inside will be extraordinary.
You're right. An important place like this is bound to have a ton of protective measures and mechanisms. Navia's probably arguing up a storm right now to stall for us.
We just got here. Oh, meanwhile, inside the Opera Epiclese. Oh.
It would appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia. Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial
He
disappearances
said, bro,
case?
it's my third day
To be
out
perfectly
here.
honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of. However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel to clear their name. Is that right? In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion duelist Clorend, right?
He just want to beef.
I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received. When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
Hey! Don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
Y'all just want to throw anybody in jail.
Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House. Then why don't you duel me too?
Oh,
I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
No. That's not what I meant.
Gagged
Alas, it
her.
would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly, and we have made very little progress. In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
Which he doesn't know
That case had
of.
nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man.
Here come Navia,
What's going
trying
on?
to save the day again.
Why is she interjecting again?
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui harbingers.
I mean,
Miss
who,
Navia,
like,
this is the second time you've
is
interrupted the
Albertino
court
about to pop
proceedings.
out? Like,
I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjections.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics?
gag. Gag that.
We can put that discussion
Gag them,
aside for
Queen
now.
Navia.
I'm not here to argue with you.
Navia?
I'm here to charge
Come.
the true culprit
Aye.
behind the serial disappearances case. And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default, correct?
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway, so I'll take you up on that offer. So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted. Now then, Miss Navia, who is the person you would like to charge instead?
Child. Marcel.
Person is...
Oh, damn. Okay. Callous case records. 3 years ago on a rainy night, blah, blah, blah. Jacques' family. Boom.
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
We're not talking about you, Bob.
I've heard of them, but
We are not talking
weren't
about
they
you.
Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
My girl, she just had to
is this
say
going to be a
something without
friends to enemies type
Bob.
situation?
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. Committing to the charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it. And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation. Knowing this,
This
do you
court
still
shit.
wish to charge
If I
this
lived
man?
here, girl, I would hate it
Yes,
here. Like, this
I
is
do.
so corny.
In that case, I declare
Like,
the
oh my
charge
god,
to be
y'all just
valid.
throwing anybody in
Miss
jail
Navia and attorneys,
for
please
like
take your
seeing
places on the
giggles.
court.
Like, Like, let my man
Members
out
of
of
the
jail.
guards,
Like,
please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may
open
stand
that
trial.
cell, let that boy out of jail. Like, oh my god. After some time, a shocked and confused Marcel is brought to the stands.
Mr. Marcel, you will not
Oh.
require an attorney. Is that correct?
Apologies. It all just happened so quickly.
We
I still
clocked
haven't
you.
figured out what's going
You
on.
wanted you got
I
that
think an attorney
money.
won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Very well.
Send his
In that
ass
case,
to
since the
jail!
guards have now arrived. Miss Navia, please present your charges.
Watch us
I would
be
like
wrong
to
and
take
I gotta
everyone
redo
back
this
to
entire
3 years
quest.
ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father? Come
You
on.
were up.
Why
You
would
were
I do
up,
that?
bruh.
Callus was my
You were
benefactor.
up.
And remember, both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun. If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect
You were
as well?
up. You were up. You called the hit on my dad.
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some details of that
You was
case.
there too.
Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can explain my charge and reasoning.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage.
What? What a word. Oh, Nouvelle.
On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabrières.
Oh.
During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound.
Is that the blood? Damn.
The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Instead, he chose to prove his innocence through a duel.
No, like, babe.
Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarand in the ensuing duel, and soon succumbed to the injuries. These are the known facts about the case.
Okay. This is stressful.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, Jacques still had no reason to pull the trigger. In truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him. After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him from the scene.
Right.
Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite sensible to us at the time. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the primordial sea.
Boom. Let's go. I'm ready. Identify. No. 2 gunshots. Wait. 2 gunshots. Callus, who had a motive to kill, murder Jacques first betrayal. Callus did not carry it. Damn. Okay.
The testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of assassinating Callus when he set out for the banquet. However, in the end, he reconsidered and instead shared everything with Callus, hoping to seek the latter's protection. Unfortunately for Jacques, the true culprit had already considered this possibility and had sent out another assassin.
Let's go. Scene of the crime. Okay, so it's this one. Oh,
This
okay. I should have went with my first
shot
one.
Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus, only for Callus to wrestle the gun from him and kill him instead.
Reconstruction of events that are investigated. First shot must have, but he didn't have a gun. Okay, damn. I guess that shit never gonna work. People dissolve in Fontaine. Okay.
A pile of clothing was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a costume to disguise himself. But now, it is clear that the clothes were proof that there was a third person at the scene, and that they were turned into water after committing the murder. Since it was raining that day, the culprit was confident that they could use the rain to wash away all traces of their dissolved accomplice.
Boom.
Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This is the true version of events.
Mwah. Let's see what you gotta say, New Alert. Mwah. Success. Yes, yes, yes.
So that's what happened. Wait, you're
Here go
telling me
Bob.
something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
I mean,
what a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you
He's
wish
sitting
to
here
prove
like,
your
yeah,
innocence.
that makes sense.
But I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
Not yet.
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, we primarily need to determine two things. One, do you have the evidence to back up your claims?
I'm afraid not. At least not at this very moment.
Boo! If you don't have any evidence, you should
Okay,
just
Bangs.
go home.
Okay,
I may not
Bangs.
have the evidence
Okay,
with me,
Bangs.
but I know where I
You
can
want
go
to be
to
loud
collect
and
it.
rowdy in the crowd?
If we look
Shut
up
up
the
with them
deserted clothes
bangs.
against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time, regardless of age or gender.
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a reasonable investigative direction.
Why do I feel like Farina's acting a little differently?
Because she
Maybe
was
she's
there.
scared of embarrassing herself again?
Damn.
Alternatively,
Embarrassing herself
she's become
again.
more
Underline
diligent
again.
after charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
They said shut
Second
the hell up
question
and
has to
just
do with the ensuing
do you.
duel. If the truth is indeed as you described, then why didn't Mr. Callus explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved, he could have at least mounted a defense.
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were more important to him. The dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearances case. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to be brought to justice. What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearances case.
What?
If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. All of us would have stood to lose our lives. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were in the right. But what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist. But by staying silent, we retained the ability to deter our opponents and continue the stalemate. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot and restore my father's truth and honor back to him.
So, you mean to say, your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course. All you need is to ask his opponent, Clarand.
Oh, you better speak up,
I don't need your
titties.
apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have to do anything for my sake. But
Speak
since
up,
he entrusted
titties.
his will to you, Clarand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
So, during the duel, did you believe that Callus was intending to die?
Yes, I did. As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives. In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people
Her
give their
eyes
all
are
for the
crazy.
faintest hope to continue living. Some were determined, others passionate, and some even manic and twisted. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callus never intended to leave the ring alive.
She said, I'm gonna kill him anyway.
I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
Right? What she said was fascinating, but kind of beside the point.
Wait, weren't they just talking about the
Here she go with this Bob. Here she go with this Bob. Here she go with this
The two cases
Bob.
are connected via a matter of timing. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots. And at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene. Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
So that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I still can't help but find it a little preposterous. I'm
Why?
used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia. It's one
Excuse
of your
me?
most endearing traits.
Impulsive is. It doesn't sound.
No need to appeal to pathos.
Right.
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
So is Marcel not the?
Don't know what she can say to that.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations until I'm the only one left on the list. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own daughter? And if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Ah well, let Uncle
He's trying
Marcel
to
teach you another
gaslight
lesson.
all of us.
Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
Oh?
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade. My business only thrived when I received Callus's patronage. But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
I do apologize, demoiselle. This was my mistake.
No, it's not your fault. I'm sure he had come prepared.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case of the serial disappearances? You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time. Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
Seems like she got the wrong guy.
No, he didn't. He going to
Navia
jail.
will be convicted for falsely
Trust.
accusing him.
He
I
going to
think you've
jail.
done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings
No.
as
He going to
neared the end
jail.
of his life. But aren't
No,
you
he
going
going to
against
jail.
all of his wishes and expectations right now? He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own
Shut up
feelings.
talking about us.
Once you've
You
learned to
don't
be
know
more
me,
considerate of
Marcel.
others'
You going to
feelings
jail.
and to stop rushing headlong into
bars.
things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
You are going to jail. Promise.
This isn't just about me, and it never has been. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth, while that same agency has long been taken from them. The people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. I'm sure some are coming to those of you in the audience as well. And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vache?
Oh. Oh. Clock that
so
T.
you do know that name.
Clock that T.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I
Right.
was waiting for you to say that.
Oh, we about to pull out the docs. We got the T. We got the info. Let's get them. Thank you. It's so beautiful. Oh. Animal. This is the door of resurrection. Oh, they knew. It's so pretty. I'm glad. Nah. Look at basically the archons. Since Farina don't want to step out yet.
Hey!
Stabilize!
Was I not supposed to kill y'all yet?
Busted.
Oh yeah.
Quietly now.
They don't give me drops though. What's in here? It's so.
The floor is going up!
It's so beautiful in here.
Is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place.
All of this is underwater. Yeah. What? This is too cute.
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way. Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
Yeah. Is there a secret chest down here? Cause these places, I mean, they like to put them in plain sight so we don't miss them, but still. It never hurts to look around. They might switch it up on me. Secret chest? No. Whose face is this? It's just some random figure. Okay. Oh, the water's gonna rise so we can get in there. Okay. It's not high enough.
The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top.
Can we?
But this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
Right. Okay. I was right. Hey, y'all.
I see everything.
There is no escape. Gotcha. Busted.
Oh, there's more.
Hey.
Game's up. Fun's over.
Boop, 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 bloop. Oopsie. Oh, it's gotta look around for a chest, yeah. Come on, come on, come on. Whoa. Okay. I love it. I love the aesthetic of Fontaine.
The path is clear. Let's go.
Ooh. Oh, I can't stand on that. I thought I was going to end up in the water. See, like that. And just in plain sight. I kind of like that. Oh. Okay. Oh, it's, what is it? Numa? Is Numa the dark one? Hey!
Illusion. I see everything.
How y'all doing?
The Temple of Wisdom.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I'm just coming in to say hi. I'm just coming in to... Oh, there's more. Well, it was nice meeting y'all. Barefoot Nikita is crazy. I know her feet are cold and black under the bottom. Whoa, I saw something. What is this?
Finally made it to the innermost sanctum. Though, as expected, the mastermind isn't here.
If I'm not mistaken, he's being charged by Navia as we speak.
That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence so we can get back to the Opera House and help Navia.
Okay. Time to do some sleuthing, chill. Examine bookshelf.
Let's see what's written here. Nothing escapes Detective Paimon's eyes. Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an investigation report on him.
It's probably related to his and Jacques' case.
Yep, it's about finding someone to assassinate Jacques and Callus because of a lack of confidence that Jacques himself would go through with it. This should prove
The third
existence of
person.
the third person, right?
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else?
We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he will still have the upper hand. He can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. The only option left is to remove him from the picture entirely. I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch Navia. Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups.
They planned this well in advance.
So evil.
Callus investigation report. Clues concerning the Callus case that were found inside the bookshelf. That the mastermind did not believe that Jacques would do the deed, and thus sent a third party to ensure Callus's death. The content that followed also defined the culprit's motive to some extent. What else we got? Examine something.
What's
Object.
all this? Aw, it's a bunch of really cute things. Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box.
Toys for kids? There's a name too.
Oh, Paimon sees it too, but why are all these cute things labeled with different girls' names?
Oh my god. They probably belong to the victims.
You mean the girls from the serial disappearances? They were brought here? And then they were turned into water. And all the boxes of things. These names. That means... Oh, this is terrible.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Marcel. Yeah. The missing person's possessions. You discovered objects within the containers labeled with the names of those who own them within the depths of the HQ. The names here must have something to do with the victims in the serial disappearances case. This might be proof that this was their final stop. Oh my god. Oh no. Human trafficking is crazy. Examine bottle. Oh, look, it's the water. It looks. Why does it look like a galaxy? Girl, what kind of water is that?
Whoa! There's so much synth here!
Oh.
And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the primordial sea.
There's so many.
Mixing in progress. Ready to drink? Stock sample? Huh. They've also got all the synth pretty clearly labeled. Whoa! There's even fruit-flavored synth?
Well, that definitely proves that this is where they produce synth.
Yep, it's super obvious.
Synth, a popular potion circulating quite widely. It gives the drinker a very pleasant experience for a short time, but its side effects are equally strong. The producer uses these special characteristics to earn a massive profit from its trade. This is intense. Examine experiment table.
What's this over here? Looks like some kind of place for research. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea and use his theory as a foundation to achieve a breakthrough. The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved.
Jesus. That's crazy. Calm down, Paimon.
Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just that Paimon's never read something so scary before. How can someone write something that terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone? You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going.
Oh god, they're gonna make me read. The goal of the researcher is to save his lover, a woman called Visionaire, who was dissolved.
So
the Oceanade.
Wait, did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane!
There's another name here. Vache.
Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain?
You heard it too!
I thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case.
No, he's the researcher.
You mean Vache is the one who did all of these... experiments?
Yes, he signed off on a bunch of the experiment reports. The voice I heard from the fountain was probably Visionaire.
So that's it! Vache was no victim, but personally took his lover and... No, that's not it either! If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water?
There must be more to this than meets the eye.
In any case, Paimon will write it all down.
Vache's experimental records. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusion on the primordial sea and use his theory as a foundation to achieve a breakthrough. Experiment was a failure. No individual managed to surface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved. There are many records like this. Is there more in here? What the fuck is this goop? Am I missing something? Oh, can I go up here? Oh. Where the fuck I'm supposed to go? I already looked at that. I looked at that. What? Oh. Huh? Oh.
Oh, look! here.
Yeah, it's
full of
goopy.
water.
That must be the water from the primordial sea.
That means this is where they make all the synth.
We know
water
this.
is the main ingredient.
We know this.
If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth. But the pure stuff can dissolve a human. Paimon will take notes on this incriminating evidence.
Let's take a picture. We have cameras. They use cameras in the Steambird. Primordial seawater pool. The pool found within the HQ is filled with the water from the primordial sea. The mastermind can use this to create scent and directly use it to dissolve people.
We've looked at almost everything here, and it seems like our theories were spot on. But
who really is this Vache?
Yeah, we haven't found anything that reveals his true identity. No wonder even Nervalette wasn't able to find anything. Whoever it is probably destroyed everything to do with that name a long time ago. That way, even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify the true culprit.
Clever, but maybe not clever enough. Let's look again.
Sure thing. Paimon won't admit defeat to this guy either.
Are we about to look more in this room? Look for clues related to Vache. What else is in here? We gotta look at him again?
You take that side and Paimon will take this side. Check everything carefully. We'll find something for sure.
Why she turned like that? After some time.
Nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either.
Paimon, it is not the time to be being big. Paimon, I found it.
Whoa, really? Let Paimon see.
Ooh, we found your book. Venier.
Vache's lover's name? Then you found her diary. Let's see.
Please don't make me read. Okay,
It's just
period.
a normal diary chronicling their love story. She was so sweet too.
Take a look at this page.
Paimon feels even worse for her now.
Take a look at this page. She made a list of baby names. Oh? What? Lou. Ooh. What? What?
So many. A whole page's worth. But they're all crossed out. Was she unhappy with all of them? The final name she decided on was Marcel. Wait, but Marcel's pretty old. Has this case been going on for so long that he's Vache and Venier's grown son?
Oh my god. I figured it out. Let's go, Paimon. Oh, shoot. Oh.
Hey! Paimon.
Oops, I didn't mean to skip that. Visionaire's notebook. A notebook belonging to a lady named Visionaire. I'm saying that wrong. I'm sorry. Anyway, she records many stories of her time with her lover, Vache. On one of these pages, she prepared many names for their future child, and the name she settled on in the end was Marcel. Yeah, Marcel, we about to get in that ass. After obtaining the final piece of key evidence, you race back to the Opera Epicles. I read it that time.
And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vache?
Yeah.
Oh, so you do know that name.
So you was carrying on your daddy's
Really
legacy?
surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Are you carrying on your dad's legacy, or are you the dad? Like,
As expected of my partner.
you're like pretending. Oh. So, Marcel, are you Vache?
You'd suddenly say the name of someone.
Are you the daddy? Is the baby the grandma? Is the grandma the
I was waiting
baby?
for you to say that.
Like, are you Marcel? Are you just take your dad's name,
Expected
or
of my
like?
partner. I just knew you'd return in the nick of time.
Why was she so
Just
passionate
how
about that?
often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
Girl, we already
It's
said we don't
alright,
give a fuck
Monsieur
about
Neverland.
these rules.
Given their confidence, I expect they've found the crucial evidence.
You say you've never heard of Vache? Clock that T. Let's go. With the baby book in it, Marcel. Yeah. Why you naming her baby
The truth
book?
of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vache.
So, I was right. The grandma's the baby.
We've investigated your lair and we already know everything. After your lover, Venier, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you. You even created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vache.
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances rarely go that far.
Yeah.
And with that, Marcel's motive has now been established.
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense. Well,
He about to dissolve
Marcel,
himself.
do you know where you went wrong? You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around you. So, you never noticed how we changed, or how we grew as individuals.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
Or our determination to see things through.
Tartaglia about to come in here and start whooping people. He's like, all I want to do was fight her in.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself. Otherwise, the trial will move on to the next stage.
The death penalty.
Do you really think I wanted to do any of this? Pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me?
What?
Ever empathized with my pain?
So you decided to kidnap people for the past 20
Your
years?
life dissolve right in front of your eyes. No one helped me. No one even
You were human
believed
trafficking
me.
and
All those
killing
decades
girls.
ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me. They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vinier's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all.
Vinier. That's how you say it.
Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those
Oh,
who
he
were
gonna
dissolved
gag
are
when we find a
gone
way to reverse
forever.
it, child.
You only have yourselves to blame.
I want Cloman to get mad and just
Set up this ornate opera
speed
house in
dash and
pursuit of
chop his
your
head off.
so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the suffering of the people. Venier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together.
He really don't give a
Wherever
fuck.
she goes, I will follow.
You should have been killed
But
yourself
I'm
then.
not from this blasted place.
Oh.
So I can't be
He's
dissolved,
crying real tears too.
no matter what I do.
He about to dissolve? Oh.
Hey,
He can't dissolve
is that
himself.
water from the primordial sea that
Is he about to turn to a giant ocean and
I
destroy
can't
this place?
dissolve. Can't dissolve. Can't dissolve.
Oh, he's from. Oh, yeah. He says from
Do you all
Shinaj.
see? I can't go. I can't follow. So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back? I did all of that, and in the end, that accursed Callus still got the better of me. I spent my entire life living
Her
on pins
face.
and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
Don't touch me! Don't anybody come near me!
Is he about to jump off this balcony?
To save Venier. I promise. We made a promise. Venier. Venier. Please, Venier. Don't think badly of me.
I've
All I
spoken
want
to
do is
Vinier.
fulfill our
And she don't want to
promise.
see you neither.
At this point,
Because
the
she's a
verdict
bad
of this
bitch. She's
trial
an
is clear.
Oceanade.
With Mr. Marcel's conviction,
Oceanic.
the charges against Mr. Tartaglia no longer have any basis.
What? Ooh,
Fine by
that
me.
sassy has
I
little
wasn't
feet.
in a bad mood,
He was
but
sitting
after a
like.
show like that, I'm actually feeling pretty good.
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the truth behind the serial disappearances case.
And let's go bomb his place.
The man now known as Marcel was
I love
originally named
this.
Vacher and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover Vignier.
Mhm.
During an underwater expedition, Vignier accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea and was dissolved in front of Vacher as a result.
Damn.
Vacher learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to restore Vignier back to life.
And
To
he's
cover
a
his
serial
tracks,
killer.
he invented the new alias of Marcel and began to operate a business in Poisson. During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to manufacture and market synth. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict with Spina di Rosula. After exchanging blows with Spina di Rosula for many years, Vacher decided to assassinate their president Callus at a banquet. Although the assassination did not go as Vacher expected, he was able to turn Callus into the murder suspect by dissolving the assassin he sent to the scene. And just recently, Vacher attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar method. However, his attempt to frame Linny failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of Vacher's machinations that he was eventually successfully charged in court. Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearances case, with the truth revealed to all.
Hooray! It was 2 claps. Hooray!
The oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vacher.
The death penalty. Come on, Star Rail. Watch it be wrong. Not guilty. It's gonna gag us. I love this animation. It's so
According
cute.
to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Vacher is guilty.
Period. Send him to the chair.
Guards! Take Vacher away.
Good. It's what he deserves.
Send him to the chair.
The serial disappearances case is over now.
We really just witnessed history. Who would have thought the true culprit would be such a polite and well-spoken guy?
That's all serial killers. You're so loud in this court right now.
So many innocent people, and now he's finally getting what he deserves. Huh? Are you okay?
Navia? Is she about to dissolve?
Mademoiselle, you were absolutely brilliant.
If Navia fucking dissolves right now,
Hope for has finally come.
or she's just like
You
overwhelmed
can
with
rest
like
easy now,
emotions.
knowing justice has been served.
Yeah. Yeah. It's finally over.
They assassinated her. They're about to assassinate
It's
her.
all thanks to you guys.
Abraham Lincoln
and
style.
my partner. See, Papa? Spina di Rosula's still doing well with me at the helm.
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy ending.
What are you about to
Since it's been
do?
such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide.
Oh.
Either way, I've still got some business to attend to. So, if you'll excuse me...
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
Oh?
What now? None of this has anything to do with me.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
Hello?
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal?
Right.
Isn't it time for side characters like me to exit stage left?
Right.
Please respect the laws of Fontaine. This has always been the rule.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over there, right? Let's just get this over with.
I want to see him jump up there.
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the serial disappearances case. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to
All
suppose
of this
Mr.
to say that you're
Tartaglia
not guilty?
is innocent of the charges. We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges.
Huh?
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Tartaglia is guilty.
Of what?
What?
Hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent? What's with this verdict? Is your justice machine malfunctioning?
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually returned a different verdict from the Chief Justice.
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger?
Shut the fuck up.
Do you think the Oratrice might have just convicted him on general principle?
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case?
And Lenny and Lynette
No matter
are
what else he's
Fatui
guilty
too.
of,
We found
shouldn't
that
affect
out.
the
So
verdict in this case,
what are y'all
right?
talking about? The child has been declared guilty by the Oratrice. Just what is going on here?
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is, by law, the final verdict of the court. We must accept the guilty verdict.
Why?
Guards,
I'm innocent.
please take the suspect into custody per court protocol.
Excuse the hell out of me. You're not taking me nowhere. Oh, he said, oh! He ready to fight now. Absolutely the fuck
So
not.
this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
Right. I love a good Tartaglia fight scene. Even though every time he uses this, it kills him a little inside. Oh, he marked them. It showed his mark. He about to slug this hoe. She's gagged. What? Oh, what's that? Is this a new form? But no. Babe, stop. This isn't. Oh! Oh! Did he just stomp him out?
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
Oh, he don't play that. How did he get cut? Oh. Ciao. Ciao.
Hey, Monsieur Nouvelette, what's going on? Shouldn't they have been cleared already?
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, the Oratrice's judgment is the final verdict of the court. All I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
If even the Chief Justice doesn't know, then we have no choice but to ask the Archon herself. I don't know nothing about that.
I had nothing to do with it. I don't know what happened there either. Hey, stop staring at me!
Jesus.
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She's pissed. Why is she getting so defensive? Okay.
She says she
Autoplay.
has no idea either, but that's impossible. Didn't she create the Oratrice herself?
No,
Yeah,
nigga.
so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
Oh. She's flipping shit right now.
My dearest citizens, did you really think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in this court?
You gonna look stupid
Did you really
again,
believe
Farina.
that the judgment could be mistaken or be the result of some sort of random mishap? Don't tell me you thought even I had been blindsided by the Oratrice's result.
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious she had no idea what was going on.
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that just took place, including my supposed shock and bafflement, was a part of an elaborate performance, with every action meant to stir up drama and excitement. And, of course, for every performance, there is a script. Everything has unfolded exactly as I expected from the very beginning. As the embodiment of the very concept of justice, the Oratrice shall never render an arbitrary judgment.
She's
If
so
you thought Child
passionate.
had nothing to do with the serious disappearances case, it is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance of innocence. Everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond ordinary comprehension and completely unforgivable. All shall be revealed in time. You will come to understand my noble intentions, as well as the absolute correctness
She's a
of the
pro
Oratrice's
improviser, cause they be on her head. And she's like, actually, dummies.
Now, having said that, although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this performance to end. As the lead actress, I shall be the first to take my leave. Toodaloo!
So she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
What a flop.
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she just said?
What a flop.
She probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any idea.
Way to pull the rug out from under her.
However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a
Nevertheless,
personal
are you a
capacity.
good person for real? Like,
Just as
I want you to
promised.
read me an
If the
audio
judgment
book.
has been incorrect.
Talk about,
we will
like,
do our utmost to
how,
clear
like,
his
wet
name.
never mind. Never mind. I was talking about the oceans of Fontaine. Sorry.
After all, he's done plenty of bad stuff, so he should have known he'd go to prison someday, right?
Girl. Oh, he's staring down at me like that. I need to take a picture of that. That's spookadilicious. Spook. Close up. He's so pretty. Why are you looking at me like that, babe? Who's taller? Oh. Nerve alert. Might be taller. We out this bitch. We just sent an innocent man to jail. Open that cell, let that boy out of jail.
Hey,
what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm throwing my sword dead in your chest.
Hey, traveler!
Excuse you, Vache?
What are you doing over here?
You killed a bunch of girls. You
Stop
sitting here trying
resisting
to talk?
arrest. Cease, or we'll add another charge to the list.
Right.
No, wait. I just want to ask the traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Look at nerve alert. Oh.
Thank you.
Nerve
Thank
alerts. Come on, let him talk, nerve alerts. Let's see what he got to talk
I
about.
was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vache?
Your wife been calling me. She hitting me up, talking about some. Girl, my nigga, he just, I just miss him. I just
Are you
miss
still
him.
trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
Yes, I met her.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how could that be? How did you manage to do it?
It was around the fountain of Lucine. Something to do with my sensitivity to the hydro element.
The fountain of Lucine? Then she's been so close to me all along. And I just never...
Oh, he's about to go ape.
Please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the traveler take me to the fountain to see her one last time. This is the last request I'll ever make in my life. You can do whatever you want to me afterwards. I don't care.
Yeah.
What? Give an
Your
inch
ass
and you want
going
to
to
take a
jail.
mile? Do you
Right.
think serial killers
You a
get to make
serial
requests
killer,
like that?
human trafficker, little girl killer. Like, you're
What he
done.
wants when he's only done a ton of super terrible things?
This request, is it worth as much to you as your life?
Of course.
I don't want no redemption from this
It's worth
man.
even more than my life.
Humans, will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy spiritual needs?
What are you, nerve alert? Are you really an otter like the girls on
Very
TikTok
well.
are saying?
I will grant your request.
Your Honor, I fear that...
I will go with him. You do not need to worry about any escape.
Right. Oh, trust.
In that
He
case,
literally
I
just
shall leave
stomped
him
out
in
of
your most
Fatui
capable hands,
Harbinger.
Chief Justice.
Like, he literally jumped down from his thing. Boom,
Thank you, Your Honor.
and knocked that boy out. Like, give him a good tussle. Girl, I don't think Nerve Alerts. I don't think he tripping off that for real. He's like that. He's about that life for real.
Is
Look at the
place?
children.
You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Back then, I drank water from the primordial sea. It heightened my sensitivity to the hydro element.
Yeah, and even Paimon could hear her after drinking that thing. Didn't you just drink a lot of it on the stage as well? Oh, in that case...
Right.
Vache.
Ah!
Yes, that's it. So you heard it too.
Vignier, it's me! It's me, Vache.
Vache? Vache?
She already said she didn't want to see him, though.
I'm here! I'm here! Where are you, Vignier? I'm coming for you. I'm finally here for you.
Hey, wait! Be careful! Hey, wait!
He's just getting in the fountain, girl. Calm down.
Vignier, is that you?
What?
It's me, Vache! Vignier!
Where did he go?
Vache? Why did you come?
That's what I said.
Didn't I say? You don't need to look for me. You look a lot older than I remember.
That's
How
what
long
a
has it
crazy way to greet your lover.
More than 20 years. I've suffered for over 20 years since the day you left. All this time, only the thought of bringing you back has kept me alive. Nothing else mattered to me.
I mean,
must be dreaming.
that's romantic a little
The chance
bit.
to tell you all of my feelings
Like, wouldn't you want your man to kill? Well, I don't want my man to kill and traffic and torture a bunch of innocent people.
really don't know
But
how
you
I
know,
could
in other
live without
instances, I'd be so fine with that. Like, babe, you just killed all them people because they hurt me one time. Like,
This world would be better off without you.
oh wow,
What are you saying?
he's gooped and gagged.
I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one day.
Oh wow.
If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts.
So you were a manipulative bad boyfriend from the beginning?
Mermonia itself.
Mermonia. I want a
If not for
mermaid
you,
character.
I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not have grown old and died alone, with nothing but the tears on her cheeks.
She said you deserve to die.
Vache. It's all because of you.
Oh wow. So why are you crying out for him?
You are not Vignier. Who are you?
You're right. I am not Vignier.
Oh,
The sacrifices.
it's all of them.
Every woman who died by your hand. As our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back to the primordial sea. Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea, and we were no longer individuals. But we became one, just as streams of water come together in the sea. I'm Cressy. I'm Lemony. I'm Azine.
Oh.
The only one I am not is Vignier.
Oh wow.
What? But then, where is Vignier?
She doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril of her consciousness is avoiding you. This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. You said time and time again that you'd do any and everything for her. But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? if she would despise you for what you became.
Right. Look at yourself.
You are a liar, a heartless murderer, and a cowardly narcissist. The only thing you are not is Vigniere's beloved.
Damn.
From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vigniere's, she has had nothing but pure.
And then you kept going for 20 years. It looks like I didn't meet Vigniere back then either. They must have wanted to learn.
No.
Oh, wow. I can't fucking read.
She can't hate me. Let me see her, please. Have mercy.
Fuck you.
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Vigniere. She really doesn't want to see you anymore.
Now it's like we are just a bunch of girls merged together.
But on top of
and
that,
what if I don't like these
she
bitches?
also said that because it's her final drop of pity for you. She said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no mercy to you.
Oh, wow. I know that's right, ladies. I know that's right.
Vache? 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 Vache?
Oh, wow.
Drown.
Oh, you better get him, girls. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, later the guards find the culprit of the serial disappearances of young women, case Marshall. Guess I'll have to read that later in editing. I'll probably pause it. That was intense. It's raining.
Finally, we have some time to do shopping. Gosh.
Well, who's money, Paimon? I ain't got no
Since
more
we've
raw.
been able to relax.
Shopping is stressful in its own way, though. My legs are killing me.
Well met,
You should look at
partner.
legs.
I knew
Bow.
something great was going to happen when I woke up in such a good mood today.
Even this weather can't put a damper on the demoiselle's mood.
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Hi, Silver. Hi, I can't think of his real name. Mucus? Muscle? Muscle?
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always bring home the bacon. Who wouldn't
always bring
treasure
home the
having a
bacon.
partner like me?
She ate that.
Sounds like you're really enjoying life these days, Navia.
Even during the
What have you been
rain.
busy with since the trial?
It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making non-stop trips between Poisson and the courts in Sen. Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father. We never held a memorial when he first died, since everyone knew that even if we held one back
Right.
then, no one was going
Y'all
to
was
come.
sitting there shitting on my dad
This
for the
time,
past
though,
however many
everyone in
years.
Poisson, and even many people from the court all attended.
All because an op.
Name's definitely been cleared now. That's what
Yeah.
we like to hear.
It's been the dearest wish of Demoiselle all along.
That blasted stubborn fool. I was right to put my faith in him. I'm so glad I didn't give up on the case all those years ago.
Things turned out as well as they could have.
Oh, by the
I
way,
read that crazy.
I ran into Charlotte just after I left the memorial service. Well, maybe it'd be more accurate to say I knew she would be there, and there was no way she'd just let me go.
She wouldn't.
So you know Charlotte too?
We all know Charlotte girl. We all know the Charlotte girl from the Steenberg girl.
Way back when I first became the president of the Spina di Rosula, she was all over me.
Ooh.
Wouldn't take no for an answer.
Oh.
I believe the story was called The True Heart of Darkness, Secret Tales of the Yellow Rose. To be fair, though, it was a really flattering feature. So, we've been on pretty good terms ever since. She was
Oh,
trying
they're
to lean on our
besties.
friendship to get me to do an exclusive piece on the serial disappearances case.
Oh yeah, she told us about that. She's always been
Why hasn't Charlotte interviewed us yet? Like, we've been in like the two biggest back-to-back
Anyway,
cases.
I told her to make sure that when she writes about you guys entering the opera house with the critical evidence, that you both sound really cool.
Yeah. Why doesn't she interview us? Charlotte, we know you. We go way back.
Skills with a pen for sure.
Oh, and in other news, I also took Clarand out for a meal.
Oh,
Are you
wow.
two on better terms now?
Enemies
While
to
you were
lovers?
investigating
JK.
Vache's headquarters,
Or
Clarand gave testimony
maybe.
on my father's behalf. It was thanks to her that we were able to turn the tide. I wanted to thank her. I mean, there's also no point in being awkward all the time, so we took the chance to reconcile with each other.
Oh, that's great.
That's
I
sweet.
also thought Clarand wasn't actually a bad person. It's always good to have more friends.
Anyway, now that the case has finally been solved, perhaps it will slowly begin to fade from the public consciousness. Oh,
Girl, people were
actually,
disappearing for 20
there's still one
years.
last thing I need to do.
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave and tell him the truth of what happened, as well as how it all ended. And on top of that, just how much people still look up to him to this day. That includes me, too.
Miss Navia.
Navia. Can I come too?
We want to go too. We also think Callus is a really admirable person.
Right. Callus is that
Sure
dude.
I'd like you two to share the moment with me.
I almost said the
After all,
N-word.
without you, it might not have been such a positive ending.
And in that case, everyone, let's be off. Considering the recent weather, we'll be lucky if we can reach Poisson before dark.
It's already dark outside.
You're right. It's been raining non-stop for a few days now.
People just be crying and stuff. What? Okay.
This is where my father's grave is.
The
be
rain is
perfectly
really adding
honest,
to the ambiance
even I
of
haven't been back here
sadness
for
and despair.
a long time.
How long has your dad been dead?
Huh? There's someone there already.
Oh,
Wait.
Clarend?
That figure.
Farina?
It can't be.
It's one of the two.
Isn't that Nervalette?
Oh.
Why would the Chief Justice be here? Huh?
Because you feel bad, don't you? After she got in your face.
My apologies. I should have asked before coming to pay my respects.
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I was trying to say there's no need for you to apologize. I wanted to show my father how much I've grown. But still, I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice would feel compelled to apologize to me over and over.
In that case, I will stop apologizing for now.
You really could use some pointers on understanding human emotions, Monsieur Nervalette. In any case, why did you
What
come to Poisson?
animal, creature, demon even are you?
Well, ever since that day, I've been turning a question over and over in my head. Just what is justice anyway? There was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important to humans than life itself. Oh, rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature, or consider certain things to be more important than their own lives. Which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fateful duel. I believe that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing more important than one's own continued survival.
He was
But
trying to prove a
Callus
point.
proved me utterly and decisively wrong. If not for his sacrifice, the serial disappearances case would have remained unsolved to this day. Mr. Callus made the choice he did for his daughter, for his associates, and for many people completely unrelated to him. And in the end, from a certain perspective, One could say that he did it all for the sake of justice. A justice that's higher than life itself. So you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callis in person. I should have noticed all of this much sooner.
I thought you was the Chief
Regret
Justice,
has
girl.
filled me with a sadness that has haunted me for days. That high and mighty chair in the Opera Epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work and perseverance.
I want him to read me a book to sleep.
I'm sorry for being mad at you before. So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but pretty thoughtful on the inside, huh? That reminds me of Silver, one of my guys.
Oh. Sorry about that. Self-expression is not one of my
Nerve alerts! You're making me
Can I
blush.
just say you don't need to apologize?
Nerve alerts.
So Navia and Nervalette seem to have made their peace as well.
I can't wait to pull for nerve
Disturb them
alerts.
for now. We can wait till after they're done.
Oh, he's sweet. He wants to be. He just has to adapt. The way when Raiden first came out of her room, she had to reacclimate herself.
Did Paimon do anything there?
Well, you're not usually supposed to fly around someone's grave. I want to see Paimon walk. What them legs do, fatty?
Doesn't know what she would do if she can't fly.
Walk, fatty.
No. Paimon hopes Miss Navia won't be too mad.
Wow, she took it seriously. Look at her face.
Anyway, Nervalette is still standing around there. It's not often that we can catch him alone like this, so why don't we go talk to him for a bit? If we can't talk to Lady Farina, we can at least talk to him, right?
Farina girl, when she come out, I might make the whole jump off a cliff. No shot. Cause she right now, until I start seeing emotions from her, I just want to see her jump. Am I? Well, I'm not as tall as you, but Yelan is pretty tall.
Oh, it's you two. Did Miss Navia invite you to come pay your respects to her father?
Yeah.
We ran into Navia on the streets today, so we just followed her here.
The sun is rising.
I see.
Rising.
Then is there something that I can help you
The
with?
sun is rising. I'm so sorry.
Into you like this since you're usually super busy.
What?
So we figured we could
I was
try
gonna
to
say
ask you a few
the sun has
questions,
risen,
if that's okay.
and the sun
Please feel
is
free.
rising at the
Though
same
outsiders,
time.
you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine.
Please.
And it would be my pleasure to return the favor.
Okay. About water from the primordial sea.
So, at court, the bad guys referred to that special water as water from the primordial sea. But what is it really?
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise that Vacher and his ilk only learned of its nature and existence after extensive research. There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different from that of the sea we know today. Most of Tevat's life forms were first born in that special sea. You could say it nurtured much of the life on this planet.
Huh. So it really was where everything began. It makes sense to call it primordial then.
But today, the primordial sea no longer exists on the planet's surface. What Vacher discovered must have been some kind of special case, or a remnant from a truly ancient age.
Huh. So that's how it is. Oh, you really know everything, Monsieur Nervalette. But
Girl,
if that's the case,
Monsieur
then
Nervalette.
why would people, at least people from Fontaine, dissolve in that kind of water?
Indeed. Why would the primordial sea, which was known to engender and nurture life, suddenly reverse itself and devour life instead? To be frank, that also doesn't match my understanding of this world and its laws. There must still be some unknown secrets around the people of this land. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
We got a lot. Stay tuned. about the prophecy that's been circulating around Fontaine.
That the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Farina crying alone on her throne, but the sins of the people will be finally washed away for good. Does that appropriately summarize the version you've heard?
He's well in versed with the
That
mess.
told us back then. And that about covers all the main points.
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have no choice but to confront this prophecy directly. Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Hydro Archon left to the world before she passed away.
What did she say?
A prophecy? Of the former Hydro Archon? Wow. This is the first time that we've ever heard of it.
2 parts of the prophecy have already proven correct. The rising sea levels and the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved.
Mind you, this
we should
city
be more
is hella
vigilant
tall.
and stay on the watch
And
for
it was
further
literally the
signs.
size of like...
Speaking of the prophecy,
as tall as
Farina
like
has also always taken it quite
Sumeru.
seriously.
So
Indeed,
if everything
she
is
has been
engulfed
collecting information
with
and
water,
intelligence from across Teyvat
what
for
the hell
this purpose.
Sumeru with leeway
If the
finna
rumors
do?
were true,
Inazuma's
then perhaps
sitting
this
there
prophecy
like,
is the conundrum left to Farina by her predecessor.
But with Farina being the way she is, can we really trust her to solve it?
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Okay. About child.
My apologies. My investigation has still not reached its conclusion. However, I still believe the judgment of the Oratrice was not rendered arbitrarily.
But you also said you thought he was innocent.
For many years, I have been quite aware that the Oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the verdict that I give on each case. As a divinely created mechanism, the people's unified faith in the concept of justice is integrated into it. Not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, but it likely also possesses other traits, such as self-awareness. Which is all to say, I've been prepared for a situation like this for a long time.
It's beefing with you?
So when Lenny told us that he heard a human voice from the room where the Oratrice's core is stored...
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture. I will add that to the list of items to investigate. In any case, I am inclined to believe that the Oratrice does have a methodology all its own. We just do not have enough information. Based on Farina's reaction, I doubt even she had any idea what was going on. She managed to bluff her way through it, though, with her time-tested twin tricks of bravado and drama. While we do intend to get to the bottom of this, for now, we regret to say that the Fatui Harbinger will just have to bide his time in the fortress of Meripede.
That's crazy.
If we did incorrectly convict him of crimes he did not commit, we will most certainly compensate him to the fullest extent allowed by the law.
Girl, you better hurry up because...
compensation he'll want is a no-holds-barred fight with you.
Yeah, girl.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask
He
me
want to
about?
go blow for blow, bar for bar, band for band with you, Clorind, and Farina about my sibling.
Your sibling? Another blonde-haired traveler? I'm sorry, but I've never seen anyone who matches that description. If he ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure he followed our laws to the letter and had no reason to appear on the stage of the opera Epicles. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
That's it, Buki. I have no more questions.
Very well. It was my honor to provide you with what answers I could.
When I catch you, Farina, you better answer the same questions, Hope.
It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility behind and return to Palais Memornia.
You really are super busy, Monsieur Neuvillette. Paimon thought you only came here to pay your respects today because you had the day off.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off, and so justice must work around the clock as well. This is merely the nature of a justice's work.
Period, King.
All right, you've got a point. Huh? Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped.
What does this mean? Every time it's raining. It has to be Farina. She keeps crying, and that's why the water levels is rising. It's Farina. Oh! Oh! All these missions. Wait, where's the grave? I want to go see it. Ah! I'm fat fingering shit. I thought I could pick that up, child. Wait, oh, I looked at it and everything. Rest in peace, King. Let's see. Are these any main story ones? Steambird interview and another horizon of adventure. Fontaine, another nation. Another Catherine. Ciao.
Take it easy.
Catherine is spookadelic, baby. But y'all know what that means. Fast forward like what? I recorded that video in August of 2023. It's currently January 28th of 2024. So yeah. But here's the outro. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Go ahead and, by the time this is uploaded, 3 and 4 and maybe 5 should be out by the time I upload this. So yeah, go ahead and give them a view. And if they're not out, just know they'll be out not too long after. Turn on those post notification bells and you'll know. You'll be in the know. You'll know. Come on, you'll know. But yeah, before I leave, make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment what your thoughts were about this video and about Act 2 overall. Please don't judge any of my early Fontaine theories and my lack of reading comprehension. Please, I'm just a girl. Anyway, it's been me, your girl Gucci Girl with 2 season 3 E's, baby. Bye.